Yes, the buzzwords and phrases we hear all the time. Hustle, 10x, work while your competitors are sleeping. In this episode of the DPB, I'm going to share my 2 cents on this philosophy and also hopefully help you sift through the noise to understand what we're really talking about when we say hustle. First, let me just say this. Am I a billionaire? No. Do I have a private plane like Grant Cardone or a 550, employee agency like Gary Vaynerchuk? No. But have I built and operate a multi-million-dollar company that we started with nothing but a credit card and a house on the line? Absolutely. In fact, this all got started when my dad had the idea of publishing an automotive magazine. Him and I hit the road to divide and conquer. We were selling advertising in a magazine that didn't even exist yet. All we had was a vision. We had ideas. We had our words. We painted a picture for our potential clients about what the value of the magazine would bring. We didn't have a mock-up. We didn't have any artwork to show. We just had our words, okay? I know what it's like to work 15, 16, and 17-hour days. Not just here and there, not just on the odd week or weekend. We're talking about 10 years straight, 15, 16, 17-hour days. If anyone understands hustle, the surface meaning of hustle, it's me. But here's what I also want you to understand, and here's something that I also understand. Burnout. Working so long, so hard, so fast that you start to forget what you're working for. You get so off purpose that you're weak. You start to experience something called derealization. By the way, look it up. It's a real thing. You get stressed. You're on edge. You take it out on your family. You're exhausted. From the inside of your brain, you think you're still executing like a freak of nature, but you're not. Your capacity, your output slowly diminishes. So let me stop here. This is where I'm hoping we can break through some barriers, because at face value, it might sound like I'm completely knocking the hustle and going against what guys like Grant Cardone and Gary Vaynerchuk are preaching. I am not, okay? I am definitely not. What is sometimes difficult to see from the surface is how these guys have hacked together their hustle. Sure, Gary is go, go, go during the week, and he's documenting it, and you can see it on Daily V, and you see all the social. But have you ever noticed that he is completely offline on the weekend? You have to suspect that him and his wife, who he mentions every now and again, have some sort of an agreement in place. They've sat down at some point and talked about what their life looks like and what their weeks are going to look like. He's talked about in the past how they go on, their vacation at the end of the year where he's unplugged. He talks about how he's listening to audiobooks and hanging out at the pool. So you have to assume that they've come to a mutual decision, a mutual understanding that the week is go, 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 and the weekends are 100% all in for family and rest. In fact, Gary posted this recently on his LinkedIn, okay? This is not me. This is straight up quote from the G-Meister. Let's not get it confused. Sleep is massively important, and you should sleep however much you need in order to be productive. But if you're complaining, then you need to audit the way you spend the time that you're awake, because I promise you that your crap is broken. Okay? Think about that for a second. The guy that's hustled 10x, 11 p.m. business meetings, he's saying, man, sleep is important. It's massively, not just important, sleep is massively important, and you should sleep however much you need. I'm going to replace the word sleep with rest, okay? Think about this for a minute. The guy that's go, go, go is advocating for sleep or rest. Get as much as you need to be the best that you can be. Want to know why? Because Gary understands that rest is as crucial to the hustle as anything else. He understands the importance of being healthy so that he can be as productive as possible while he is awake. Gary also has a strategy and is executing the steps needed to go from point A to point B. We all know what his goals are. He says them all of the time, okay? Here's what I can promise you Gary is not doing is the busy work, okay? He's not just moving for the sake of moving. He's not just going from meeting to meeting for the sake of it. While he is awake, he's 100% doing things that will bring him closer to his goals. When I interviewed Grant Cardone in Vegas, he admitted that he gets more sleep or more rest than anyone. He even takes naps. He also said that he spends more time with his family than most people. Why? Because Grant knows what he's trying to accomplish. He has a definition of success, and his idea of hustle fits into that. How does this apply to you? Unless you want to literally be Grant Cardone or Gary Vaynerchuk, which I promise you is creepy, You need to take time to identify what it is you want to accomplish. You need to come up with your plan and your strategy. You need to come up with your definition of hustle. Stop feeling guilty for resting. If you want to get a clearer idea of what your mentors are up to, pay attention to not what they're saying, but also, pay attention to what they're saying, but also pay attention to what they're doing. Okay? You can't tell me that business meeting at the Knicks game or the hockey game isn't also bringing some rest and relaxation. Of course it is. So pay attention to the mass of the iceberg below the surface, and you'll start to realize a whole new world of possibilities, not for them, but for you. There's a book you should check out called The Happiness Track by Emma Cipala, PhD. It's a phenomenal book. I've read it. That you should definitely check it out because it's going to help you get clear on what this all means and how important rest is to your success. Dude, this is your journey. Live your life according to your definition of success, and my promise is you'll be the most happy and feel the most fulfilled.